ESPN welcomes you to a special presentation of the United Football League on ABC.
Welcome to Washington, D.C. for the final day of the regular season in the UFL. It is league-leading Orlando taking on defending champs D.C., who are still trying to figure out the quarterback situation after the injury to Jordan Ta'amu. Spencer Sanders, Jason Bean. We expect to see both today against Jack Plummer, who has been the front runner for league MVP, coming off 275 yards, 3 touchdowns last week against DC. Let's get you caught up on what's happened around the UFL the rest of the weekend. Big win for Houston. Jordan Rodgers, they rolled in a win against Birmingham.
And Houston would have loved to get John Rice Plumlee a little sooner in the year, added late, but they have been dynamic down the stretch. A little too late for Houston, but that put the fork in what was still some hope for Birmingham to make the playoffs.
They ended up winning that game 26-13, and as you mentioned, because of that win by Houston, the playoff picture becomes a little bit clearer. These 4 teams have locked up playoff spots. Still to be determined, however, is the seeding. DC currently the 4 seed, however, with a win today and a Louisville loss tonight, the Defenders could jump up to the 3 seed, dropping Louisville to the 4. Again, everybody, Matt Schumacher alongside Jordan Rodgers. These 2 teams, DC and Orlando, played last week, and as you just saw, Jordan, they might play again next week. Both teams have locked up playoff spots, so what are they playing for today?
Yeah, potential triple header in football is not common, but here's the thing. Orlando, they want to keep some positive momentum. Yes, they're the number 1 seed, but you don't want to limp into the playoffs. And if you're DC, you've lost 3 straight. You're trying to figure out the quarterback position. You may play this team again. They need some positivity going into the playoffs. So although seeding change may adapt a little bit, I think confidence is the biggest thing they've been gained from this game today.
You mentioned the quarterback situation. This was a team for much of the year, front runners to repeat as champions because of Jordan Ta'amu. But then the ACL injury 2 weeks ago, and they've sputtered a little bit since.
Yeah, he is their offense. They are built on pushing the ball downfield. He's one of the best in the UFL and has been for a long time at doing that. So Spencer Sanders last week got his first professional start. He's filled in the last couple weeks, has had some ups and downs. Jason Bean is the wild card, super talented. He was the starter for Louisville to start this season, was acquired mid-season. I think DC wants to get a good look at his skill set to see if he can maybe take them on a playoff run.
Well, you mentioned acquisitions. Couple of big acquisitions this week for these 2 teams. E.J. Perry, the former Ivy League star at quarterback, will shuffle in behind Bean and Sanders. And how about Deuce Vaughn, former Dallas Cowboy, picked up to add to the weapons in the running back room and try to bolster the offense around Jack Plummer.
Yeah, they need to be able to run the football a little bit better. Jack Plummer is going to be the league MVP, 15 touchdowns to just 1 interception. So they're built on throwing the football. But last week against DC, when they needed to close out the game, they couldn't on the ground, couldn't run the football very well. So I love the addition there of Deuce Vaughn to add to a talented running back group that maybe is underperformed as they get ready for a playoff run.
Well, this Orlando team handed it to DC last week. Tom Luginbill is standing by with Shannon Harris.
Well, Coach, can you confirm who's going to start for us at quarterback today?
Yeah, we're going to go with Jason Bean. He's been here with us the last 5 weeks. Great opportunity. He got a chance to sit behind Jordan and saw how the operation of the offense work. He's had a great week of practice, actually the last 2 weeks. So we're excited for him for this opportunity and can't wait to see him get out here and play.
So you've locked up a playoff spot, but how important is positive momentum and a win to carry into the playoffs?
Yeah, we kind of find ourselves back where we were last season. Of course, we didn't go out on a positive note, but, we want to do this for our fans today. We got a core group of guys on our team that started with us in 2023. We told them these are our seniors, man. We want to do this for them as well and go out here and put out a good performance and give our fans something to look forward to in a couple weeks.
Right, thanks. Good luck.
I appreciate it.
Over to you, Sam.
I'm here with head coach Anthony Becht with the Orlando Storm. Coach, y'all have number 1 seed secured. What's the plan for Jack Plummer and the rest of this team?
We're flying around, man. We're on a mission. Like this season, every game matters. This game, the next game, whatever we get an opportunity to step on this field, these guys got a lot to show and prove, not just to us and each other, but to the people that are watching them every single game. The chamber's full today. We're gonna unload on everything we got to win this game.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Now over to Tyler Fuldrum, our ESPN Sports betting analyst.
Yes, Sam, the most interesting sports betting nugget before this game kicks off is the fact that we have a home underdog here in D.C., something to play for the Defenders. Home dogs this season in the UFL, 12-4 against the spread. Something to take note of if you're going to take a side in this matchup. I personally like the under with a backup quarterback and a team that doesn't necessarily have something to play for on the other side. In Orlando, I think this could be a lower scoring game.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Don't tell Orlando they don't have a lot to play for. This is a team that is leading the league with 7 wins. They want to win this game, Jordan.
And remember, this is a rivalry in a way. This coaching staff all came from St. Louis. St. Louis was the #1 seed last year. DC knocked them off and went to a championship. So there may be a little bad blood, a lot of competition between these staffs. I will say both these teams want to win today to set themselves up to make a playoff run.
Orlando won the toss and deferred. DC will receive to start the game on the kickoff by Michael Lance. It will be returned by Eric Ezukanma. And flags come in as he takes it to about the 29-yard line. So Jason Bean, as Jordan talked about, began the year with Louisville after he played collegiately at North Texas and then at Kansas. Very successful career with the Jayhawks. Beat out for the quarterback 3 position in Indianapolis and spent his first 4 weeks with Louisville. Had a big game against Orlando earlier in the year. We have not seen him throwing a pass yet this year, though, Jordan, for DC.
Yeah, but he knows this Orlando defense really well. His 4th time facing them. He's incredibly talented. Can he put it together consistently? The arm is really strong. The consistent accuracy was the issue in Louisville. Let's see if he's made some strides in that area.
Fake it to Jackson. Swing pass underneath to Cornell Powell. Makes a man miss. Lost the football out of bounds. It'll stay with DC. As we take a look at Jordan's impact players.
Anytime you get a new quarterback, got to be able to run the football. Deion Jackson had a big game last week against this Orlando defense. Ty Scott didn't. And Ty Scott's one of their best receivers. Didn't have any receptions last week. They need to get him back involved. And the front line for Orlando is exceptional. Isaiah Buggs, Keyshawn Banks will be guys that will be trying to slow down this run game from DC.
Play action again. Bean takes a shot down the sideline. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Brooks. On the second play of the game, the Orlando defense comes up with a big play.
Well, it's a little design shot play. It's going to look like a run, but all these offensive linemen going lateral and blocking. They want to take a shot here. This is just a short arm from Bean. He has the arm strength to put it up over the top to Braylon Sanders, but he's got to put more air on it, and he's got to push it downfield. Sanders is one of their fastest players. That time just underthrew it, and Brooks was right in the spot. And, man, we talked about the coaches maybe have a little bad blood. You know Anthony Beck loves to have his team start that way on defense.
He had some fire to him this week when we chatted with Anthony Beck. Ensuing play goes to the ground. Jay-Sean Corbin stacked up in the backfield. Jack Plummer, 15 touchdowns, just 1 interception. Had a winding career to get here. 3 different stops collegiately. Led Louisville to the ACC championship game. Cup of coffee on preseason NFL teams, but man, has he settled in this year in the UFL.
He has been fantastic. Head coach Anthony Beck called him the best quarterback he has ever had.
Plenty of time to throw this ball, and a late flag comes in after Bryce Thompson got tangled up with Elijah Badger.
It's going to be a matchup you're going to see all day. Elijah Badger, one of the top receivers in the UFL, 5 touchdowns, over 500 yards this year, working on Bryce Thompson, the Tennessee product, getting a little left-hand hook in Badger at the top of his route there. This is a DC defense that has multiple former first-round picks in the NFL. They are really good. They don't mind playing physical man coverage, so that's the matchup that Orlando needs to be able to exploit today. How to get those guys free of this man coverage.
Underneath to Corbin. And last week, Jordan, this DC defense gave up some chunk plays to Orlando.
Yeah, I mentioned some of the first-round picks. Garyon Connolly and DeAndre Baker, both first-round draft picks in the NFL. Baker may be getting a little bit of rest today as he's not out there right now, but Chris Rowland and Elijah Badger, two of the best in the UFL, hands down. And Chris Rowland going up against his former team, probably with little extra motivation today.
Rowland had one of those explosive plays, a 62-yard touchdown against DC last week. Underneath to Corbin again, and strung out by Curtis Jacobs. Loss of 1. Colin Thompson, first-year offensive coordinator, not just for Orlando, but in his young career. And boy, has he done a fantastic job.
A first-time play caller, had never called plays at any level. Very recently ended his career in the NFL. A guy that has exceeded all expectations as a first-year play caller with Jack Plummer.
We're good. He's good. We got to back. Go. Line up in it. Go.
Third down and 10. They're across the 50. Cannot punt. Just got the play off. Pressure late from DC, and they got home. Batted down at the line of scrimmage.
And this is where things get interesting in the UFL. This is a normal situation. Just go punt it, play field position. But when you cross the 50-yard line, as you said, you have to go for it on fourth down, and that's what makes this UFL brand of football so exciting.
Blake Williams, the defensive coordinator for DC, motivated this week after all the yardage they gave up to Orlando last week. Screen pass is blown up underneath by Brandon Smith. Both defenses standing tall early in DC.
Boy, I love the play call. You got pass rushers that are going to be coming upfield, so you try to escape with the running back, but watch as Brandon Smith reads this the entire way. He's got eyes on Jashawn Corbin, fights through some traffic, breaks down, and a great tackle. Because if he doesn't make that tackle, there's two blockers there. That would have been a big play, but instead DC with the big stop on fourth down.
A pick to start the game for Orlando and a fourth down stop for DC. It'll be Defenders football when we come back.
The DC Defenders are the UFL champions.
Everyone's counting us out. I love it that way. I love it that way, Matt. I love it that way, Joe, Doss. I love it. Now that everyone has started to count us out, shame on them. Shame on them. Our backs against the wall. I love it, man.
Shannon Harris, the reigning coach of the year for the defending champion DC Defenders. And Jordan, the end of this season, not unlike the end of last year, lost their final 2 regular season games, went on a run in the postseason to win the title.
Yeah, it's a team that, as you heard from Shannon Harris there, likes to be doubted, likes to have their back against the wall. Sometimes that's when their best football comes out. And again, exactly what happened last year. Lost a couple ahead in the playoffs and then got on a run.
Handoff underneath. Jackson knifing up the middle. Leads the league in rushing yards. Another big gain.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons that Jason Bean got the nod today. His familiarity with this defense in Orlando. Had a big game earlier in the season, 350 yards, and shown his athleticism here. He's a guy that is not just talented, he's got a really big arm. I know he threw the interception, short arm that one. That's some nerves to start the game. They need to run the football well because he operates the RPO extremely well. So if they can get the run game going, they can get the quick slants and glances off that. That's where this system really takes off.
Jackson shakes a tackler. And
I love this, Jordan. I love Fred Keiss, the offensive coordinator, going right back to what the comfort zone of the offense is, especially when you don't have Jordan Ta'amu, as you mentioned, to push the ball downfield. Get Jason Bean comfortable knowing that he doesn't have to have the bulk of the offense on his shoulders.
He pulls it out again here. Lukes has room to run. First down gain for Bean.
Well, I love this. Watch backside. It's going to be Chris Garrett. He's seen runs go wide back-to-back times, so he's thinking, I got to get to that running back. And that's where Jason Bean, his athleticism on the zone read come into play. This is Fred Keiss getting into a rhythm.
4 straight running plays called by Fred Kais.
Ready, let's go.
5 in a row. Jackson stood up that time. They had a lot of success last week running the football against Orlando. Went for over 200 yards on the ground. It's just that Fred's offense sputtered once they got deep into plus territory, settled for too many field goals.
Left queen. Z hoop. 23 hammer. 23 hammer.
Okay, 23 hammer on 1. Ready?
Yeah, see, Fred Kais wants to get the ball running east and west, side to side, and then hit the deep shots vertical. That's what they haven't had without Jordan Ta'amu, that real downfield presence.
Swing pass to Powell. And the ball trickles out of bounds. Nate Brooks was there to pop it free.
Jordan, I don't know if you caught that there just late. You heard Fred Kais come in with a little nugget, a little alert for Jason Bean, something he would not have to do with Jordan Ta'amu, right? It's just that last opportunity to make sure they're in the right play.
Hey, let's go rush 53 buzz a week here. Rush 53 buzz a week.
8, 2 by 2 snub.
Donnie Abraham, the defensive coordinator for Orlando, spent the last 3 years with Anthony Becht in St. Louis. 3rd down and 8.
Ready, let's go.
And a timeout called by DC. Later on tonight on Fox, Louisville at Columbus. Kickoff at 6 p.m. Eastern. Louisville can take the 3 seed in the playoffs with a win.
Could be significant, right? Obviously, if Louisville wins or DC loses, Louisville's going to be in that 3 spot. They'll go to St. Louis and play the number 2 seed. DC, obviously, with that chance to still jump into 3. But if I'm sitting here, Orlando has been so good from start to finish this year. St. Louis, really talented. They just lost. Luis Perez has kind of had his ups and downs. I know it's a hostile environment, so you don't necessarily want to go on the road to St. Louis. But that 3 spot maybe looks a little bit better than playing Orlando for the 3rd time in a row.
Orlando has won 3 straight games, while DC has lost 3 in a row, coinciding with the ACL tear of Jordan Ta'amu. And now Jason Bean getting his first action of the season for DC. 3rd down and 8, trying to punch this in here. Screen pass set up underneath to Jackson. Maybe 3 or 4 yards short of the line to gain. Tackled by Kanai Mauga.
We'll kick it. Okay, just kick it. Yeah, it's 4th and 4.
Surprised to see him kick it?
I was. I figured you kind of have nothing to lose here in this game. You want to get as much momentum and confidence as you can. Run game was going, but maybe 1 yard closer, you think about being able to run the football in a 4th and short, so they'll go with the field goal here.
Matt McCrane attempted 5 field goals last week against Orlando, including a 67-yarder, his longest attempt in UFL history. This from 28. And he puts it right down the middle. So a 3-0 start for DC. Their offense with some success in the run game. Matt, Jordan, Sam, and Tom on the sidelines. Your thoughts on Jason Bean's first start?
Well, a little nerves on the first throw. Had a guy wide open, maybe downfield, underthrew it a little bit. We're starting to see the reason that DC is excited about his potential for the playoffs. The dual threat ability. He can make plays with his legs. He's great in this RPO system that DC likes to operate in. So starting to see a little bit of the confidence come from Bean, which is great.
It's a totally different offense, really, when you think about what they were able to run with Jordan Ta'amu versus now cycling between Sanders and Bean.
Yeah, I mean, DC was a team that threw the ball downfield early and often because that's who Jordan Ta'amu was, and that's the speed that they have on the outside. That was their biggest weapon, their biggest threat. Not going to be that anymore.
Guys do it too, you know what I mean? Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Shannon Harris here has a little extended conversation with the Stripes down there.
You know, Jordan, it's just further evidence that it's not the system, it's the personnel. The system changes around the personnel, and especially when it's the quarterback position.
But the challenge for that for a defense is you don't know who to prepare for. Imagine all week you've been preparing for Spencer Sanders, not as athletic, not as mobile. Well, this week, Jason Bean gets to start. He's an extremely mobile quarterback. Seems like they're going to run more. Now there's a gamesmanship of, okay, what happens next week in the playoffs? Is it going to be Bean? Is it going to be Sanders? Will it be E.J. Perry, who they just signed? So that's the struggle for a defense planning against an offense like this.
Sam, imagine if they played 3 straight weeks, which is still very much a possibility depending on how this game and the Louisville game shake out later on tonight.
Do they even need to go to work?
We know your answer, Luke's. Short kick, returnable for Jashaun Corbin. Has a seam. Corbin out to the 40 and pushing the pile. 42-yard return. And that sets up great starting field position for Jack Plummer, who's coming off maybe the best game of his season against DC last week. 275 yards, 3 touchdowns. His lone pick of the year came week 2 against Louisville.
And this is why the UFL is so valuable for quarterbacks like Jack Plummer, who was on roster with the Panthers behind Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, and Andy Dalton, a long seasoned vet. He just never had the opportunity to step on a field and show that he could play. Well, that's what he's doing now in the UFL, and he will get another opportunity in the NFL after this year.
Trying to hit his tight end, Sean Bowman. Well defended by Garyon Conley.
Now, one thing that Orlando did so well last week was neutralize the pass rush from DC. Derek Roberson, one of the best in the UFL as a pass rusher. Joe Wallace as well. They doubled, they chipped, they made sure those 2 guys were not going to have an impact on the game, and they did.
Stop. They went 5 wides late. After I'd already called it, they went 5 wides late.
4-man rush. It gets home. Plummer gets taken down by Derek Parrish.
Well, and what did I just say? They chipped and they doubled a lot. This time they leave Zuri Henry, the left tackle, on an island right here, and he gets pushed all the way back into Jack Plummer's lap. This was empty. So those O-linemen know they're on an island, know it's one-on-one, and that time Parrish was just able to push. Henry. Go ahead.
No, they call that a crush rush. All 4 guys just crushing the quarterback.
Only had 1 sack of Plummer last week, just 3 quarterback hurries. He's been under duress a couple of times already in the first quarter. 3rd and long. Got hit again and caught way short of the line of game by Rowland. Now there's a flag in the backfield. And our officials getting together on that. Quarterback pressure by Derek Roberson here.
Roberson this time on the right side. Normally he's on the left side of the offensive line there. So they're moving him around. That's one of those wrinkles. You play a team back-to-back weeks. You want to move guys, put them in different spots. And they're going to get Roberson on roughing the passer. He got that left hand up around the helmet of Jack Plummer right there. And they like to protect us quarterbacks. You know, they don't want that jersey getting too green. They don't want you touching our helmets. You know, we're real particular.
Ticky-tack, dude.
Hey.
Well, they've changed the rules recently. I remember back when I was playing Vic Fangio 2015, he said, hey, so y'all want to play quarterback? He showed highlights of quarterbacks getting hit left and right and center. And all of a sudden, 2016, they changed the rules where now quarterbacks are just...
It's a different game.
What a swing. 4th down, had to punt. Now they're across the 50 after the personal foul. And here's a gaping run. Ball on the deck. Recovered by DC. Derek Roberson comes back after the penalty and forces the fumble, and it's Defenders football.
You love this. One of your best players not giving up on the play. Watch him right here. He's out of the play, but tracks it from the backside, and then he's going to punch the ball out right there. Elijah Dotson never saw him coming in DC with another big play defensively.
Derek Roberson had the penalty that extended the drive. Comes right back the next play and gives it back to DC. Last year, Jordan Ta'amu led the Defenders to the 2025 UFL Championship in a blowout win over Michigan. Ta'amu took home MVP honors thanks to 390 passing yards, 5 total touchdowns, 58 points put up by the Defenders. This year he had DC rolling, #1 scoring offense in the league. Tore his ACL out for the year 2 weeks ago. And now DC having to finish out the rest of the year without their star. And Jordan Ta'amu now joins us from home. Jordan, appreciate you doing this. Thanks a lot. Great to see you. We understand you just had surgery this week. How are you feeling?
I feel great. Positive mindset. I know DC's going to go a long way. Everyone has my back, great support system, and just taking rehab every day now.
Jordan, what was your message, if you did have one, to Jason Bean before this game? Obviously a guy that joined you guys mid-season, getting his first start, maybe a guy that can lead them to the playoffs. What kind of conversations did you have with him in this week leading up?
Yeah, I mean, I just told him, take it one play at a time. Don't make anything too big. Go out there and lead the team to a victory. These guys got to that.
Jordan, you guys had an unbelievable, and still do, running back room. We've seen a lot of Deion Jackson already, one of a number of guys on this offense with NFL experience. Talk about the weapons that Jason Bean has around him for anybody that's not familiar with DC.
Yeah, I mean, DC, just all around our roster, from the top of our list to the bottom. I mean, just like 3 running backs, 3-headed monsters, I like to call them. And then, our receiving core. We have great leaders like CP, Ty Scott, Kiki out there, and, Braylon, and then our old linemen. I mean, all of them are phenomenal, smart players. And then, they're gonna take deep and run with this. Hopefully win this game today and then right into the playoffs.
First down and 10 at midfield after the run by Jackson. 3-0 lead here for DC midway through the first quarter. Bean steps up, flushed out of the pocket. We've already seen him use his legs multiple times today, and he scampers for another first down.
Jordan, what is it like sitting and watching?
It's definitely tough watching, but it's kind of cool at the same time to see what we look like, as an offense and, out there.
Jordan, we were talking with you before we came back from commercial break. This is the first time you've ever had a surgery in your life. You've been playing football for a long time. How have you attacked this so far?
Just being positive. I mean, just, keeping my mental strong. I think that's the most important thing is that, I know there's going to be a greater thing that come out of this. God has a bigger plan for me, and this is all in his plan and all in his writing. So, we're all like that. Yeah, that's what we need right
there. Cornell Powell with the big play there. JT, I got to ask you, I know you've said it to us before. As you see Powell with a great little fake inside, broke to the outside. Jordan, how much longer you want to do this? You want to keep playing? Should we expect to see you for a number of years continuing to play this game?
Yeah, I want to keep going until the league tells me no. I'm going to come back next year stronger than ever, and can't wait to run it back after these guys win the championship.
Jordan, we've been told by everybody, coaches and players alike, that they feel like the league has never been stronger from a talent perspective. Do you feel that as a guy that's been playing in this league for the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk, about, competition level, right? And I think it's the best competition level I've seen in a long time in the spring league. I mean, I feel like it's always been progressing at a higher rate. And, this is just one step lower than the NFL. I mean, this is 1% of guys out here doing what, no one else can do out there on the football field. So there's great competition all around.
Jordan, we appreciate you joining us. Enjoy the rest of this game from your couch. Heal up fast. We look forward to seeing you again next season.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
First down and goal. Backed up after the penalty. And a dangerous throw intended for Cornell Powell.
That's one of those RPOs where Bean has the option to hand that off. Linebackers were not affected by the fake there. So one of those times you just got to hand that ball off, wait until they absolutely commit to the run, and that's when that glance route will be open right behind it. But again, it's a guy that has hardly had any reps, right? Came in midseason. He was the number 3. So really only the last couple weeks has he been working with the starters and getting the chemistry and the timing with these guys on the outside.
Bean flushed again. He's been at his best today when rolling out of the pocket, and he picks up positive yardage.
Like he's on 7, maybe.
Okay, and it's third down.
Third down, yep.
Third and goal.
Yep, third and goal from the 7.
Man, you want
8 from the 8.
You want to run a daggone Minnesota here? No, we. Nah. No, I would. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Spread left tight. Spread left tight. 72 crocodile. 72 crocodile. Hurry. Hurry. Gotta hurry.
And Powell open in the end zone. Instead, it's intercepted. This could go all the way. Mish Powell will go. Pick 6. Wow. Another drive that looked promising for DC completely flips on its head, and now Orlando takes the lead.
Another mistake from Jason Bean. What a great job on that drive of using his legs to create positive yards when things break down. But that time, anytime you're in the red zone, you got to use pump fakes and you're outside the pocket. You got to move defenders because those windows get really, really tight. And Mish Powell did a great job of grabbing that one and put points on the board for Orlando.
You committed the cardinal sin, Jordan.
Yep.
Don't throw late, back across your body over the middle.
Especially going to the left. I know everyone always says to the right. Watch this, though. You're going to see Bean get outside the pocket, and as soon as his eyes go inside, this is why I say use pump fakes. Use your eyes to move defenders, because look at all these guys just reading Bean's eyes. As soon as he looks back inside, look at his guy outside. He affects the defender. If he were to look inside, throw outside, or pump outside and throw back inside, that's when those plays work. But in the red zone, you cannot look and throw late, especially as Luke just said, back over the middle, trying to get it to Abram Smith there. A critical mistake from a guy who, as I just mentioned, hasn't played a ton of football since week 4 or 5, and Jordan Ta'amu. Disappointed from his couch. Shannon Harris as well, trying to give some positive encouragement to Jason Bean. They're going to need him. All right, we've talked about it. This game is not a be-all, end-all. It's going to determine the 3rd or 4th seed, but DC will be in the playoffs. Today is about figuring out the quarterback position, because everywhere else, this team can win a championship. DC on defense, DC's run game, the quarterback position has been the question mark, and it continues to be.
Hey, so I'm with Mish Powell right now. Mish, I saw the pick, but I saw the moves in the end zone. The dance moves. Holler at me. Talk.
I'm a dancer, bro. My teammates, they know me as that, man. But, first one, give, honor, glory to God, man. He allowed me to make that play. Got my family watching, so it's good. So shout out my mom, my dad, my auntie Randy, my Uncle Kenny, they're all here. So Maury, my sister. So, yeah, shout out to all of them, for sure.
What message do you have for your family who's watching you and supporting you?
Don't blink. Anything can happen at any moment. Don't blink.
Thanks so much, Mish. Hey, we might have a shot of you dancing too, though. You have dance moves with everybody, so you can see on the camera. Talk me through the dance. Talk me through what you see.
It's just a move they do on TikTok. I mean on TikTok, my era. So we on TikTok, so I always look at TikTok dances. So that's one of them they do all the time. So hopefully, I go viral for that one.
Hey, respect.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Mish.
But what is that dance move called?
What is it called? Do you know the name?
I have no idea the name. But
I don't.
If you look on TikTok, you'll see people be doing it on TikTok. It's a real thing. So
all right, appreciate it, Mish.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I have still yet to download TikTok. I'm trying to hold out, man.
You and me both.
Maybe my dance moves would be better if I did have TikTok, So
I heard
maybe
you
I
can
need
sing, though. So what if we got some of the notes, right?
Well, yeah, you never know. Maybe I need some dancing with my singing, Then I'll be the full package.
Let's go.
Man, promising drive.
I know. Got down to what, the 1 yard line or so before a penalty backed them up?
92-yard pick six for Meach Powell. They go right back to the ground. Deion Jackson's had a lot of success. Played in nearly 30 NFL games. But this Orlando defense has made the big play today. Twice we've seen them intercept Jason Bean.
Yeah, it was Nate Brooks earlier on the vertical route to Javonte Payton, and then Bean's mistake to Meach Powell. Excuse me, that was Braylon Sanders, not Payton. Meach Powell with a great run after the catch or after the interception there. DC, though, just keep leaning on the run game. If I'm Fred Kise, I think about that drive. I think about the decisions that Bean made up until that point.
Texas right.
And I would keep running the outside zone. The perimeter run game has been really good so far for DC, and that was the same story last week. Orlando, now 2 weeks in a row, have not been able to stop the outside zone perimeter runs from this DC offense.
Gave up over 200 yards on the ground to the UFL league leaders in rushing. Good push up front that time by Daquan Jackson. Final seconds of the first quarter here, which have been largely dominated by the Orlando defense. It's been bend, don't break for Anthony Becht. Couple of picks and a 7-3 lead despite 3 total offensive yards for the Storm. 1 interception on the first pass of the game. And then another one by Meach Powell that went to the house. 92 yards to give Orlando a 4-point lead. UFL season culminates with the United Bowl in our nation's capital June 13th. The champion will be crowned right here at Audi Field. Plus 50 cents at halftime. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today. Jason Bean comes right back after the pick six and hits Eric Ezukanma with a slam.
Trips right. Lady.
The DC defenders, not unlike last week, have moved the ball well.
Yeah.
They just have not finished with touchdowns. Bean pulls it out. Has a first down and a bit more out across the 45.
And I love what Kise did on that play. That was a keep with no RPO option. There were blockers on the outside, so he's really limiting things for Jason Bean, simplifying so he can play fast and use his athleticism.
When you turn the ball over the way they have, it's not just the quarterback that gets rocked with the confidence. The play caller can too.
Yeah.
Luke, that's now 11 turnovers in the last 3.5 games for DC. Good hard run there by Xavier Valladay.
Well, and Orlando defense only had 5 interceptions on the year coming into this. They're actually one of the worst at forcing turnovers. Jason Bean's obviously made that a little easy on him today, but that's where Fred Kise and his veteran presence as an offensive coordinator to get his quarterback back and comfortable against this Donnie Abraham defense that's playing really well right now.
Cornell Powell makes one man miss. And again, DC right back into the red zone.
And again, this is who they are without Jordan Ta'amu. They're not a deep shot team. They are run the football, quick throw, RPO. It's a quick option for Jason Bean to get the ball in Cornell Powell's hands. Let your playmakers do something after the catch.
Former 5th-round pick of the Chiefs. 2 Super Bowls on their practice squad. A lot of NFL talent on this DC offense. Bean again escaping trouble.
Again, right down the field, back into the red zone. This is where the play calling is of utmost importance. Do not give Bean too many options.
Orbit 47. Orbit
against a defense that's going to sit in zone coverage and read your eyes.
It's like we got counter coming.
Yep, I would keep running the football here.
You called it, Luz. It got blown up. Orlando knew it was coming too. Jasheen Davis first at the point of attack. They're now third
Here we go.
down.
Spread left. 72 slants. 72 slants.
72.
And you heard Kai's there. Let's keep it simple. 72 is a pass protection, slants.
We got points. It's not there.
Third straight red zone drive for DC. And that pass is behind Ezekanma. And the field goal unit will come on. Matt McCrane will try to make his second field goal of the afternoon.
And that's just a miss, and that's why Jason Bean was shipped from Louisville to DC. The inconsistencies. He was complete less than 50% of his passes at Louisville. So many times the ball is great velocity, good accuracy, and they'll come back with a throw with a wide open slant like that and put it behind his guy.
So if it's when they went split safeties, now read the backside guy, the wheel. You know what I'm saying?
McCrane tucks it in from 38. Three straight trips into the red zone for DC. Two of them resulting in field goals. It's a one-point game from our nation's capital.
Back here, UFL on ABC. Tyler Fulgham, your in-game sports betting analyst. Want to show you the futures market now that the playoffs are pretty much set, although seeding still to be determined for the UFL playoffs. The co-favorites right now, the Orlando Storm, the St. Louis Battlehawks. Anthony Becht coaching one team, former coach of another. You see their season odds coming into the year. Orlando and Louisville, they're new teams to this league. St. Louis and DC, old guard there. But right now, co-favorites, the Orlando Storm and the St. Louis Battlehawks, guys.
And Tyler, until week 9, DC had been the favorite from week 5 on. Then, of course, the injury to Jordan Ta'amu. They've lost 3 games in a row. Offense has shown the ability to move the football but not put points on the board. Settling for a field goal again on their third trip into the red zone. Jayshon Corbin stopped just across the 30-yard line, and the Orlando offense will come out onto the field, led by first-year head coach Anthony Becht. Spent 11 seasons in the NFL with 5 different teams. Worked as an on-air analyst for ESPN. Spent 3 seasons as the head coach for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Brought them close to winning a title, but never got it done. He is hungry to do it this year, and man, he has coached some incredible players, led former assistants to becoming now head coaches like Ricky Prohl in St. Louis. There's Jack Plummer showing the legs. Got a first down run.
Well, and Anthony Becht has had so much success but hasn't had the championship. And I think he told us this week he really wants it, desperately wants to take the next step. Obviously, they were the #1 seed last year at St. Louis before losing to this DC team, not getting to the championship game. But much like this offense is based around Shanahan and McVay, that type of offensive tree, that's who he is in the UFL. Everybody that coaches under him goes on to have success and gets roles in this league. He has been a staple for a number of years.
Plummer takes a shot sideline. A lot of hand fighting and no flags. Chris Rowland thought there should have been defensive pass interference. Garyon Conley draped all over him.
And Connolly, one of my impact players, the former first-round pick, number 24 overall to the Raiders in 2017. Played for the Texans as well. Great position there. A lot of contact, but he was looking back at the ball the entire time. So no reason to throw a flag there.
Very little offense to speak of for Orlando. Part of that was a pick 6 that went 92 yards for their defense. Incomplete. Will bring up 3rd and 10.
Middle. Yeah, middle. Okay. Here we go. Give me 10 row, 10 row, 10 row. F-Shack the gun trade right nasty. 63 Y knife X mesh. F-Shack the gun trade right nasty. 63 Y knife X mesh. Here we go.
F-Shack the gun trade right nasty. 63. We're going Y knife X mesh.
Here we go. Hurry up. Hurry up. 10, 10, 10.
Fighting to stay on the field here. Rolling in motion. Blitz underneath, caught. Badger makes a man miss. Knifes up the middle, has a first down. And more. Badger brings it inside the 35. What an individual effort by the former Florida Gator.
And under constant pressure today, Jack Plummer does a great job of stepping up into a small pocket here. Watch him step up and make this throw with guys all around him. Was a little low, but a great adjustment by Badger. And his 4.4 speed, you just want to get the ball in his hands and let him do the rest. Makes Garyon Connolly miss and picks up the first down. And you kind of feel like Orlando can stop holding their breath. That's the play they needed to kind of get the monkey off their back here in the first half.
Biggest play of the game for Orlando to this point, and then Dotson just got tripped up.
Gun toy left,
Boy,
62
Colin Thompson.
Next comeback, Can Ernie. Two's out for a play.
Has done such a great job of collaborating with Jack Plummer all season. They are on the same page. Jack Plummer is so good and so cerebral. Oftentimes pre-snap, you'll hear him calling out the coverage to his running back, to his offensive line, and changing the play here.
Kai Gray with the tip, pass intended for Sam Wiglusz. Think about this too, Jordan. Just 2 days before the season began, their initial offensive coordinator, Kyle Kasky, got picked up by the Vikings, forcing Colin Thompson to become a first-time play caller.
And he has exceeded expectations. Gray made a great play on the ball there in tight man coverage, but you noticed again, pressure on the left side of Plummer as he's trying to make that throw.
The 3rd down and 9. And a timeout taken by DC.
Second charged. 30 seconds.
Gain ground to get to him. You can't do that. You didn't. You can see the angle too.
I watched it, and I did not feel there was any advantage gain.
Okay. There was separation, and then he pulled himself the slingshot. That's a slingshot. That's how they call it.
Again, Anthony Becht wanting a penalty on Kai Gray as he kind of came over the top of that last play to break it up.
Jordan, you mentioned the pressure on the left side for Jack Plummer here on this series. That's number 50, Roberson, lining up. They've got a matchup versus 68, the offensive tackle, so they have got to shore that up and give him a clean pocket.
And he may have had a little point there, little hook of the left arm as Gray went over the top for that one, but either way, 3rd and long. And to Luke's point, watch Derek Roberson. Let's see if they help out with any running back in protection on the left side of the offensive line, working on left tackle Zuri Henry. And you see Roberson getting an early jump there, or Henry actually trying to get an early start in protection.
Yeah, he twitched.
5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Roberson's already made a couple of big plays in this game, including a forced fumble. This DC front 7 was challenged by Shannon Harris after they failed to really disrupt Jack Plummer at all last week. And a 27-19 loss to Orlando. Now 3rd and 14 after the 5-yard penalty. Delayed handoff to Dotson, trying to turn the corner, and he is nudged out of bounds by Sam Kidd, the leading tackler for the defenders. And now Michael Lance will come out for a field goal attempt for Anthony Becht.
A frustrating start to this game for the Orlando offense. Really, the second half of last week against DC as well, this offense did not play well either. So 3.5 quarters now that this DC defense is kind of getting the better of one of the best offenses in the UFL.
54-yarder from Lance. Kick is away and drifting right, no good. And the DC defense comes up with another stop.
Hey, good job, guys. Good job.
Boy, good operation. I just feel like he got a little underneath that one. scooped it a little bit. I was a holder, so I got a little insight there into what goes on. Didn't drive that one though. You can see it pop straight up almost off his leg, and that was right the whole way.
1 point game in our nation's capital. The UFL is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling home and auto easy. We'll be right back after this. DC's offense will take the field. They've made 3 trips into the red zone, yet to score a touchdown.
Back here in D.C., and I'm with Clarence Vaughn, the 2-time Super Bowl champion, played here in Washington. You see the rings. But what is the importance of having football here in D.C.? What does that mean for you all?
It's unbelievable. I mean, when we won the Super Bowl back in '87 and '92, this area fan base is unbelievable. And for guys to come out here and have this opportunity and play in front of D.C. fans, it's just unbelievable. I mean, when we won the Super Bowl, they tore down the freaking pole posts. I mean, that's when I realized how pumped up this city is with successful football, successful sports anyway. It's a great sports town. You got the DMV, you got Maryland, you got Virginia, you got all these people here. And I just love coming out here and see the Defender fans. They're just, they just awesome, to see the love that they have for this game. And I'm just proud to see it. But
thanks so much, Clarence. Luke's over to you.
Thank you very much, Sam. As we do as a staple each and every week here, as we get with a quarterback, this time it's E.J. Perley, newly acquired. So, E.J., we're going to test your study habits. Have you take us through a series. Once you hear the call, let us know what should be happening from the quarterback position and how we should look at it.
Lightning.
Lightning. Ready? Outside zone here. We're going to hand the ball off.
No read, no RPO look on this. It's just a give.
No, I think he has a bubble out here, but this is outside zone. We're going to run it. We've been running the ball great all day. Should be again. Yep, there we go. Good run. There we go. He's out.
Abram Smith there on the run, a staple of the D.C. Defenders. Listen, when you've had an offense like this the first half.
Yep. Inside zone now, and we're going to have a bubble here and a stick on the outside to the boundary. He should. He's going to hand it off. Here we go. Yep.
I just want to get your sense of how you bounce back as a quarterback. Looks like we got a turnover here, potentially. And we do. We'll catch up with you on another series, EJ. Thank you, buddy.
That's the 3rd turnover of the game for this Orlando defense, if it stands.
I think the question will be, was he down? When was that ball stripped out? DC moving the football in a critical mistake. Isaiah Mack was the one that ended up with that.
There the balls. Is it the ball out there?
Yeah, nobody pushing the foul, Chad.
It's really. We're going to take a look at this. If you would shut it down, please. Okay, we're looking at every shot, trying to get a look at when that ball comes out and when the knee gets down. It's really hard in this whole pile of bodies. Find the ball. This is the one where you kind of see the ball. Yeah. And now you're looking. Oh, you can't see the ball. Where's the ball there? See the ball pop there? Okay, I see it now where the ball pops. Go back and look at that again. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think we do. We have the right knee down, and then the ball's going to see the ball pop after that. But the problem is you can't see the ball come out. Oh, here's the ball. Okay, knee is down. Right knee is down. So we're going to go back and put it down. We'll get the stuff. We'll get the where we're going to be on this. Travis.
So they just made the announcement in the stadium. You saw there Mike Pereira, our VP of officiating, going through the review process. They overturned the call, and it will remain DC ball. And so, Luke, you can continue this conversation with E.J. Perry.
Yeah, and E.J., I just wanted to get your sense, playing the position when you're in a funk, you've turned the ball over, things might not be going as planned. How do you get yourself out of that mentally?
Yeah, you just keep going through your process. Everything's about your process. You just, when you check it down, get completions, get the ball moving. We're running the ball so well. Bean's been playing good. Some things here and there. The kid made an incredible catch on the interception. I knew that wasn't a fumble, but we got Playboy here, which is an outside zone out of pistol here, or outside buck sweep.
So to the left. All right.
Ace left, nasty. Ace left, nasty. 23 stick. 23 stick.
23 stick. So Nasty brings the X in a close split, and then we're going to go 23's inside zone with a stick. He's going to read the end. They're going to arc around him, and we should have a stick concept to a run. He goes down. Oh, no. Yeah, so they played like a... They got through on a run through on the inside there. I don't know who that was. It was a backside tackle. Here we go. Now we got to make some points here. Get the lead before half.
Kick the field goal right here.
Luke, it's pretty impressive how quickly he's picked up the playbook. The dude was signed this week.
Well, you know, listen, E.J. Perry's played a lot of professional spring football. He's had a lot of meaningful snaps, a lot of successful starts. So you have an opportunity to come in and make an impact, and you're going on a playoff stretch. He's right. Let's see if you can get points here going in the locker room.
51-yarder from McCrane. And it is no good. Rare miss from one of the best field goal kickers the UFL has seen in recent years.
Boy, no problem with the distance. He's well good from 60 plus. Just pulled that one a little bit just outside that left upright. You see, that would have been good from 65 if he needed. Ton of distance, just wide left.
Well, the Stanley Cup final gets underway Tuesday night, 8 Eastern, right here on ABC. The Vegas Golden Knights coming off an impressive sweep of Colorado. They head out to Carolina, where the Hurricanes have stormed through the playoffs, dropping only one game so far. ABC is the home of the Stanley Cup final. Here's Plummer, and an immediate catch by Badger. And how frustrating is it, Jordan, as a quarterback, to see your offense move the football and still be unable to come up with a touchdown yet in this game?
No doubt. I mean, DC has done a lot of good on offense with a new quarterback. Not able to capitalize, but I'm equally frustrated. I would be equally frustrated if I'm Jack Plummer.
Yeah.
You started the game last week against this very defense, bombs away. I mean, there were big plays downfield left and right. This week, struggling to give Plummer enough time. That pass rush is really affecting him. That's why you're seeing these quick throws to start the drive out.
Out to the former DC defender Chris Rowland, who had a big game against this team last week. Went for 117 yards. Sam.
All right, so anything Luke can do, I can do better. I got Hank Bachmeyer, one of the quarterbacks here for Orlando. Hey, talk us through the play and talk us what we're supposed to expect when we see the play.
So this is a one-word tempo call for us. This is farm, so we got trips left. We got inside zone to the right with a little relief pass by the tight end slipping out to the left, and it's just kind of a seventh man answer. If they got 7 guys in the box, you're going to throw it. He handed it off here. And got a first down, 3rd and 1, so just probably just thinking first down, hand it off.
Awesome. All right, so we'll let you listen to the next play. You might need the headphones. I'm hearing bingo. Was bingo a play call? You got bingo?
Bingo means same call. Look there, but he pulled it, so probably 7 guys in the box. And, probably covered the little slip route by the tight end there.
So it sounds like you need my headphones because they got your all linemen got it over there. Let's see if we can hear it.
On here, probably try to get to 3rd and manageable. That's a thought process by Colin Thompson, our offensive coordinator here. Probably try to get to like an intermediate type of pass, maybe an RPO. That's what we got.
What's next?
Dual right dagger, yep, so you got a dagger concept. So trying to work the dig on the outside with probably a shallow coming through, just high-low in the alley defender. Little play action here probably. Yep. Got the shallow. Scramble. Jack can run now.
Here we go. He had a 70-plus yarder earlier, and he tried to juke somebody out. I saw. Wait, what did you think when he was trying to juke somebody out on the running play earlier?
Jack's an incredible player. Like, to be able to learn from him, my first year in professional football, him being in the NFL, like, he's just a great person. He's a great player. For him to be able to do that on top of his ability to process is awesome.
We got Farm again. Farm.
Yeah, we got inside zone. And off, little slip screen by the tight end.
Left. Stanky left. Don't run it.
So we got Sticky with the Hank concept on the backside, low flat, so just pure progression. One-word call. Looks like we're trying to push the tempo a little bit right now. So just get us in a rhythm. Defense has been getting them. Yeah, that's
Christmas gift exchange, White Elephant.
That's a bar down in Stockyards, but means no play because none of us have ever been there.
Awesome. We got the 2-minute warning. Hank, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you.
Thanks so much.
Love that little insight from Hank Bachmeier. Best drive of the game going right now for Jack Plummer, the league front runner for MVP, searching for his first touchdown. Orlando's defense has come up with big plays. Now the offense trying to have their back. It's a 1-point game in D.C.
Hey! Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
Don't do that.
Full game.
Hey, don't do that.
Hands to the face.
Don't do that.
Hands to the face.
Jack Plummer and Anthony Becht not appreciating that hit from Joe Wallace. We were joking earlier, it's easier to be a quarterback now because they don't allow big hits. That was a pretty big one.
I think they got a case there. Not only was it a little high, it was the full weight onto the quarterback, driving him into the ground. Jack Plummer is going to be the league MVP, so Anthony Becht making sure those officials, when they can, see big hits like that.
Awesome, Arthur. Back with Hank Bachmeier. Hank, what are you thinking so far? You said 2-minute offense?
Yeah, I just realized we were calling a lot of the one-word stuff because we're in a 2-minute offense here. Oh, that was a great ball, great route by Cam Camper right there. That was another under center play action with a little search route and a dig on the backside there. He did a great job of feeling it. Cam did, and Jack was on the same.
UCLA,
we got outside zone left here with a little bubble to the right. Just another 7th man answer. Quick RPO. So we got, just sliding out.
Oh, he's offside. Here we go.
Another massive hit on Jack Plummer there.
Back to Toy Wright.
All right, Hank's leaving. Hank's getting ready because Jack is.
Yeah, watch this hit here.
Hold on, we're back.
Derek Roberson. Now he can do that because Plummer is a runner there when you're doing the zone read stuff, so you got to be wary of a hit. But he felt 63. That one.
63 is just 6-man protection here. It's like some type of zone defense. We had Ernie there. That's like a little elimination shallow, kind of clear it out for another slant coming behind it. We hit the slant first progression.
So third down, 10
Cam. Y Swiffer X Lance, Cam Sweeper. Gun toy left, 62 Y Swiffer.
Yeah, so that's 60. Swiffer is a seam bender with 2 double unders, and then you're going to can it. If you're getting man, you're canning it to a little now route and like a pick essentially for the number 1 outside. Looks like it could be zone here. I think he kept it on. Got tipped. Kept the play on. 22 seconds, 4th down. Probably kicking it. So.
And Hank, thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Anybody want to give a shout out to back home?
I want to tell my fiance Jenna and my son Bronco hello. Love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well.
Thanks so much, Hank.
Great job by Hank there because he thought he might have to go into the game there in a second. He's like, wait, I got to find out where my helmet is after the big hit on Plummer.
The bigger question is there's a Bear, there's a Bronco. How is he Hank?
Yeah,
apparently,
true.
They were all nicknames, right? Like Tiger, Bear, Bronco was supposed to be a nickname. That's the given name.
Kick is good. Orlando extending the lead. Still no offensive touchdowns in this game for either team. DC defense has been uber physical. It's gotten Anthony Becht off the sideline and onto the field a few times this afternoon. Now, DC will have 19 seconds to work with. Matt and Jordan here in the booth. Your thoughts just on the first half so far?
Physicality.
Yeah.
We came into this game knowing both these teams are going to be in the playoffs. The seeding could change a little bit for DC. How would they approach this? It has been a physical, competitive game. Both these teams want to win and keep positive momentum going into the playoffs. But Jack Plummer, who I think will be the league MVP, has taken some big hits on this last drive. That's something to watch.
If there was anybody who thought these teams were just going to mail it in,
no chance,
having playoff spots secured, think again. But the question for Anthony Beck, though, is like, you're seeing Jack Plummer get hit the way he is. Do you continue to play him in the second half to give yourself a chance to win?
Great question. They will get the second half kickoff to start things off. I imagine we'll see Plummer. He's walking around. He's fine. You just got to play call and make sure you are protecting him, because this defensive front from DC has been all over him in this first half.
Will DC try to do anything here to close the first half? 19 seconds and 1 timeout. And it's Ty Scott returning the kick. Out across the 30. Out across the 50. And now they may try to do something here after an excellent return by Ty Scott.
Well, Ty Scott didn't have a reception last week. He's the #2 receiver for DC. No receptions today either, but making his presence felt here with a few seconds left. If he doesn't have a return like this, DC's probably taking a knee and they're going to the second half. They are within field goal range now for Matt McCrane. And I don't know, maybe you take a little shot into the end zone to try to get a jump ball. May take 7 or 8 seconds. You can still kick a field goal. I imagine they'll throw something quick here. Try to get out of bounds. They do have a timeout, though. 3 points would be a big boost, especially with Orlando getting the ball after half.
Season-long 57-yard return. Bean will take a shot over the middle. Caught by Scott with the juggle, and he's inside the 15 with 3 seconds to go.
Boy, great throw there from Bean. His best throw of the day so far. And Ty Scott, how is he not completely out of breath after running 70, 80 yards on that last play? Great anticipation throw. Scott juggled it but kept concentration. And now you're in a weird spot because you have 3 seconds left. You know you got 3 points in your back pocket if you kick a field goal. I don't think you have time to throw it into the end zone. You'd love to get a touchdown here, but you're going to have to kick, take some of this positivity into the second half and build on that momentum. Great way to finish for Shannon Harris in this offense. They have 214 total yards in this first half from DC. Just 6 points. About to be 9 points here to show for it.
Timeout, Orlando.
Orlando's going to try to ice Matt McCrane.
He did miss the last one. That was a lot longer of a field goal. He pulled that one left. This is just a chip shot for Matt McCrane.
And as Jordan mentioned, Orlando will get the ball coming out of halftime. A reminder, Louisville and Columbus will play later on tonight. Final game of the regular season, 6 Eastern on Fox. That game has implications for playoff seeding. If DC loses this game, Louisville will be the 3. If they win but Louisville wins, then Louisville would be the 3. So still a lot to play for this afternoon in terms of seeding. Today between DC and Orlando, and later on tonight, Louisville and Columbus. 29-yard attempt from McCrane here, end of the first half. And that is money from McCrane. Third field goal of the first half. He will take us to the break in a 1-point game. And Sam is standing by with Anthony Becht.
Here with head coach Anthony Becht. Coach has been a little chippy in this game. Quarterback Jack Plummer's been hit a little bit. What's the plan for him second half?
I don't know. I mean, you guys got a pretty good view up there. It looks like he's getting hit a little late, in my opinion, twice. They didn't call it, so I guess we want our best player to take shots like that. We got to block him up, I get it, but when the best pass rushers got that kind of jump, and then we get them inside with their hands to the face, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to look at it, but they're telling me they're all legal, so we got to roll with it.
What's your message to the team at halftime?
Well, we got to stop. We got to contain. I mean, we're letting this quarterback run outside early in the football game. We've gotten better with it. We've gotten a few turnovers. We put one on the ground we can't do. We just got to execute better, man. Like, we got to finish this game. Everybody's finishing. Everybody's playing to the last second. That's how we're rolling today.
Thanks so much, Coach. Luke, over to you.
Well, Coach, you've moved the football. It's all about self-inflicted wounds. How do you clean that up in the second half?
Yeah, you said it. It's just all self-inflicted wound. This team hasn't done anything to stop us even last week, you know. We did it to ourselves. We'll clean it up this next half. I tell you, Bean competing his butt off. We knew we missed his throw down here for a touchdown. You can't make that mistake, especially when you got points already on the board. And that happened twice. So we just got to make sure that we clean that little small things up. We can run the ball when we want to. We got to continue to do that. Our O-line doing a great job imposing their will. I think, you know, it's coming out in the second half. We'll feed off that and have some momentum.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you, fellas. A rivalry that has developed here in Orlando's first season in the UFL. It's a one-point game. When we return, we'll have a preview of the UFL's all-access documentary series, 4th and Goal. Welcome back to Washington, D.C. Halftime here between a couple of rivals. Orlando, league leaders with 7 wins. D.C., the defending champs, 1-point game. It has been physical, as Jack Plummer found out in the first half.
Hey! Hey! That guy's an MVP player of the league. We're letting guys tee off on him. I'm tired of it. Stop that.
Welcome back to the booth. Matt Schumacher, the former SEC quarterback. Jordan Rodgers, you heard what his head coach had to say. I mean, if you're Jack Plummer, are you staying in this game in the second half?
Well, I just think this Orlando Storm team wants to make a statement. They don't want to limp into the playoffs. That's been who Anthony Becht is. But you see your MVP caliber quarterback getting beat up out there, you start to question things. But I think it's really a credit to DC. They weren't able to get to Plummer last week, and Orlando had big explosive plays downfield because of that. This week, the defensive front for DC has been all over Plummer. That's why Orlando has not been able to get anything going on offense, and that's why we got a 1-point game despite DC throwing 2 interceptions, one of them back for a touchdown.
Sam Macho's on the field.
Yeah, I was in that Orlando locker room, and Anthony Becht made it abundantly clear. He said, hey, offense, you do your job, I'll do mine. Don't worry about the late hits. Don't worry about all the extra. You keep on doing it on the field, even special teams to start it off. I will make sure that other stuff gets taken care of. Defensively, it was very simple, stopping the run. A lot of outside zone and quarterback contain. If they do those things, they believe they'll be able to come out victorious. Luke's?
Well, thank you, Sam. For DC, it's quite simple. We talked about it going into the locker room. Avoid the self-inflicted wounds. They've got to protect the football. They've moved the ball, but then they give it to the other team. On the flip side, as Jordan just referenced, DC has played great defense, but they've got to create a turnover. They've got to get something to get the ball back and create momentum. Haven't been able to force Orlando into a mistake. And then if you're DC, run, run, run. Take the pressure off of the quarterback. Rely on that run game. That's the recipe here in the second half. And now for some betting lines for the second half, Tyler Fulgham, our betting analyst.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. I'm looking at the DC Defenders money line second half. It's plus 130. Remember we mentioned before this game kicked off that home underdogs, 12-4 against the spread. To me, they've been the better team through the first half of this game. Some mistakes have allowed Orlando to take this lead, and I just don't know if Orlando is going to go deep into the playbook in this second half. So I consider the DC Defenders on the money line in the second half.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Matt McCrane will kick it off for DC. Neither team had an offensive touchdown in the first half. Shocking when you consider what these teams have done offensively coming into this game. Orlando had averaged 27 points per game during their 3-game win streak. DC, the #1 scoring offense in the league to this point. Jashaun Corbin on the return. Makes a couple of men miss. Stumbles out across the 35 as we take a look at our progressive first half stats.
You mentioned it. No offensive touchdowns, but DC has been able to run the football. 119 yards in that first half. I expect them to pick up where they left off. The Orlando Storm, not a good first half, and as I've mentioned a couple times, not a good second half last week against this DC defense, a game in which they won by 1 score as well. They got to figure something out on offense. They are normally a team that pushes the ball downfield. They haven't been able to do that because of that tough defensive front from DC, and Jack Plummer still out there for the second half. See if they can protect him.
In an empty set to start the second half. Oh. DC was coming after him. Derek Roberson jumped off sides, free play out to Chris Rowland. Be interesting to see what Colin Thompson draws up in the second half for Orlando, who really outside of that last drive struggled to get anything going.
Or no, you want to take second down or go first? Tell me.
I would go first.
Take the first down. Take the first down. Take the penalty. Take it. Take it. Yeah, get the free play, 5 yards, you're right. My mic went off. Sorry, dude.
Offsides, they'll take the penalty there. But Colin Thompson, I think they were at their best in the first half, getting the ball out of Jack Plummer's hands quickly to guys like Chris Rowland, who's so good at running after the catch. Got him involved on that first play. I expect we'll see a lot more of number 12 and number 2, Elijah Badger, who had a big catch and run in the first half as well.
They're without third leading receiver KJ Hamler today, dealing with an injury. Oh, Sam Kidd came free off the corner and batted that down right in front of Plummer. Feels like there's been a lot more pressure from this DC defense than we saw against Orlando last week.
And Plummer knows he's coming, which means there's nobody playing underneath of that slant or glance route on the outside. Problem is Sam Kidd did a great job of just getting his hands up, getting in the window of Jack Plummer.
Blake Williams' defense has gotten home way more than we saw against Orlando last week. Sacked Plummer once, hurried him 3 times. Play fake, and out of the reach of Steven Stylianos, the tight end. Think too about the rhythm that Plummer was in last week. Started the game 6 for 6, 90 yards and a touchdown. He's completed just 6 passes the entire game to this point.
A lot more zone coverage from DC last year. They're normally a man coverage, physical at the line of scrimmage team. We're seeing more of that today. So DC has definitely changed things up from last week to this week in the rematch on defense.
Lost the first meeting 27-19. Down 1 here, opening drive of the second half. Plummer takes a shot. Roman got hung up a little bit there by Bryce Thompson as he was trying to get free down the near sideline, and the punt unit will come out for Orlando.
Frustrating start to this game. Frustrating start to the second half. See him talking to Chris Rowland there. They had man coverage, dialed up a double move. Rowland had to actually go inside. Normally you want to get outside of that man defender. Because he jumped inside, little contact, that led to the incompletion.
Braylon Sanders, the return man, first to flag.
Outside defense number 3. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
And the offense is going to come back onto the field for Orlando due to the mistake by Curtis Jacobs. And having self-inflicted wounds been a killer for DC this year.
28-1.
That is now their second penalty that has given DC a new life on a drive that should have been a punt. Happened earlier in the first quarter, happens again now, and let's see if Jack Plummer and this offense can get any kind of rhythm going. Starts with protecting him from this defensive front.
Send Rowland in motion. Corbin cut down at the line of scrimmage.
Stay 11.
By Dennis Johnson.
Stay 11. Stay 11. Let's go dual left, classy. Dual left, classy. Action 62, lick, Z Drake, X Dagger.
Hey, race 51 wide. Race 51 wide. Race 51 wide.
Let's have that mentality now. Yep. This is first and 10, essentially. Exactly. Okay. That's why I'm calling off. My not. You know.
Plummer from under center has time to take the shot. and hits Badger across the middle for a double-digit gain.
Well, it's so good. You're going to see Chris Rowland in this dagger route take Bryce Thompson out of the picture, and then that's where that dig route comes right into the void. Man coverage there, nobody over the middle of the field. As long as you run that safety off, you got a great one-on-one option, and Plummer took advantage.
And now he hits Rowland for a touchdown. First offensive touchdown of the game. And it's the former DC defender scoring against his old team. All set up by the offside on the punt by DC to get Orlando back on the field, and Jack Plummer takes advantage. I think Anthony Becht wants to win this game. His team's already locked up the #1 seed, but you'd have no idea with the way his team has come out, still playing Jack Plummer, the league MVP at quarterback.
Well, it was the tempo. Everybody late getting aligned here for DC, and watch Deontay Anderson. He's going to take a flat angle towards Chris Rowland. Really, his responsibility is deep middle in this cover 2 kind of pseudo back-end coverage there. He went too flat. The throw was right on the money, and Rowland was able to puncture the zone coverage there. Really, the tempo, as I said, set that up. Everybody for DC late getting aligned, late getting their eyes on who they need to account for on offense for Orlando. And Plummer, that's what we're used to seeing out of this Orlando offense. Anthony Becht loves it.
Kicking, 1 point.
Plummer had 56 passing yards in the first half, had 55 on the last 2 passes. Orlando up 17-9. Chris Rowland just scored a 33-yard touchdown to put Orlando up 17-9. This was him pregame. Jordan Rodgers getting grounded, barefoot on the field.
He looks a lot better with cleats on.
Yeah, I was sure-footed.
I've seen guys walk out there to kind of get grounded, you know, and get in the game a little bit, you know, pregame. I've never seen guys run routes barefoot though pregame.
The entire pregame. And he was barefoot.
That was the only time he fell, though. He ran about 10 or 15 really good routes barefoot, but as I said, cleats always help out a little more on those cuts.
Very familiar with this field. Played for the defending champs last year. Having a career season. Leads the league in receptions and all-purpose yards. Top 5 in receiving and touchdowns. Continuing it this afternoon. Best drive of the game for Orlando. First offensive touchdown for either team. Here's Xavier Valladay. Spins out across the 30, taken down in front of the 35, and Sam Acho is with Jack Plummer.
So I'm here with Jack Plummer. Jack, walk us through what you're seeing on the iPad and draw for us how you were able to get that touchdown.
Yeah, so we had a tempo play that we had ran a few times in the first half where we run the inside zone, and we have this little RPO with the tight end running the flat. So we decided to do a pump off of it. So pump the guy in the flat, and then we have these guys fake blocking, one up the outside and one up the seam, and then we caught cover 2 right here. Safety guarded the guy on the outside that allowed Rowe to get right up the middle on a linebacker for a really good play.
Thanks so much, Jack.
Thank you, guys.
Gotta wonder, Jordan, as a former quarterback, how motivating some of those shots were that Jack Plummer took in the first half, making him want to come out and be as good and as crisp as he was to start the second half.
No doubt. I think he was motivated. I think he's motivated not just by the hits, but by the opportunity that he has in front of him. He's a guy that sat behind Bryce Young and Andy Dalton with the Carolina Panthers for a couple years, never really got his opportunity. Now trying to prove the NFL that he can take shots like that. He can come back from them, and that he deserves another shot in the NFL, and I think he'll end up getting that at the end of the year. Hopefully, if you're an Orlando Storm fan, after a championship run.
Anthony Becht told us he's the best quarterback he's ever coached, top to bottom. Operational master, and really credits his time under Andy Dalton.
Yeah, he's the best I've seen between the ears in this league. Just evaluating defenses, understanding where the ball needs to go, decision making. That's why he's got 16 touchdowns to 1 interception. That's where Jason Bean needs to show that he can do that as well for this DC offense.
On the flip side, 3rd and 10, Bean delivers a strike to Powell, who is about a half a yard short. And a flag comes in late.
Foul, late hit, number 26 defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Rare penalty on Orlando, the least penalized team in the UFL, and that gives DC an automatic first down and much better field position now inside the 50.
Yeah, Nate Brooks, who had the interception early, this is just, he doesn't make really significant contact here, a little bit, right? But it's, you can't dive at someone like that as they're already going to the ground. So that penalty, as much as anything, is to protect both players and to stop that kind of late hit potential.
That's what everybody in this building was thinking after we've seen 2 picks already. How do you get Bean going? You talked about him a couple minutes ago.
I mean, if I'm Fred Keiss in his ear right now, I go, hey, if you're outside the pocket, take off, use your legs. Like, don't even think about needing to make that throw downfield. The best plays he's made so far have been the scrambles with his legs. He's got 47 rushing yards today because of decisions to just tuck it and run as opposed to throwing it downfield. He had an interception doing that earlier. So use your legs. Trust your legs.
Leads the team in rushing this afternoon. It's a good tackle by Kanai Mauga, making his first start of the season for Orlando. It's a defense that has been ravaged by injuries this year. They just kept rolling in bodies, finding ways to win games.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Spread right, quack, right?
Yes, yes.
Third down and 10. 4-point field goal in play at the moment. Bean, quarterback run, takes that out of play and has close to the first down. It's going to be dependent on the spot here.
And a great block by Xavier Valladay, running back here, gets a piece of secondary defender, just enough to allow Bean to sneak through that hole, come close to a first down. And this is one that I think, no doubt, you roll the dice. Bringing in Jahari Branch, extra offensive lineman, number 56 there in the backfield. I'd run right behind him.
Oh, Bean somehow flips it to Valladay. And despite the busted play, DC keeps the drive alive.
Wow, unbelievable effort by Bean. It's a high snap away from where he wants to go, loses his footing, but somehow still got it to his running back Valladay to pick up that first down.
Boss, 23 Boss. T-Glance. T-Glance.
Let Ty know that's him.
That's you, Ty. That's you, Ty. You got the glance.
CP got both. Tell him.
CP, you got the ball.
Glance is Ty Scott at the top of your screen with a little slant.
There's Mauga again. Batting it down to the line of scrimmage.
That's where he was going, trying to hit that glance route to Scott. Mauga, what an addition. He's a guy that was just signed May 12th. Hasn't been with Orlando very long, getting a start today for the first time. Fighting through a block, getting his hands up into the passing window. Guy that was with the practice squad for the Steelers and the Chargers last year with the NFL experience. Playing a big role late in the season.
Low throw to Scott, couldn't hang on to it, brings up 3rd and long. And this just feels, Jordan, like one of those drives where if you're DC, you gotta get a touchdown. They've been inside the red zone 4 times today without finding the end zone.
234 total yards of offense with just 9 points as a result.
On 3rd and 10. Being flushed, buying time now, will go with his legs. Maybe 4.5 yards short. Do you kick it or do you leave the offense on the field?
Boy, I would
kick it,
continue to roll with it. Shannon Harris is going to disagree with me.
Send Matt McCrane out again.
But this is a testament to how Shannon Harris feels about the way his defense is playing. I know they just gave up an explosive play and a touchdown to Chris Rowland, but that's really the only drive Orlando's been able to get something going. So play the percentages, play the points game here.
Fourth attempt of the day from McCrane. This from 42 yards. And it's no good. Second miss of the day for one of the better field goal kickers in the league this year.
And the second time he just pulled it. Misses left once again. Boy, McCrane is normally as close to automatic as you get in the UFL. 2 misses. And DC still down 17-9 with the 3rd seed in the playoffs still up for grabs here.
I'm excited for the new rule. I think it's a good opportunity. It changes the strategy for kickers to be a part of that. I hope I'm the first one that gets the attempt.
McCrane got it up. They score 4. Tries to do it again. It's 4-pointer. Is good!
Not only did he get to attempt it, he got to attempt the 4-pointer on the first drive of the season for DC. Today, not been the same story. Miss from 51 and 42.
But he's an absolute weapon. I mean, he tried a 67-yarder last week. That type of leg strength is absolutely going to get him another opportunity in the NFL. Today hasn't been his day, but I love the 4-point play. I love the rule changes that the UFL instituted in general. You know, not being able to punt once you cross the 50 outside of 2 minutes. The 4-point play, it has completely changed strategy late in games, and you feel like any team, really, no matter the deficit, always has an opportunity to get back in the game because of the wrinkles that the UFL has instituted.
On the ground to Dotson. Turns the corner a little bit, makes that a positive play. Orlando coming off their best drive of the game. A couple of explosive pass plays by Jack Plummer, including a 33-yard touchdown to Chris Rowland.
Yeah, and that touchdown came off tempo, and now they're going back into tempo. You see DC kind of late getting lined up once again.
Play action. Plummer dumps it down. Sean Bowman cut down before he could reach the line to gain 3rd and short.
10 wigs. Gun Dixie right, F short, 62 F choice Z dagger. Gun Dixie right, F short, 62 F choice Z dagger.
F choice will be Chris Rowland. He's going to have the opportunity, dependent on coverage. Actually, it won't be. It's going to be Elijah Badger in the slot right here. Oh, now it's going to be Rowland.
There's a chance for 2 catches on that throw. One from Rowland, one from Thompson.
Yeah, that one a little too much heat. That's tough as a quarterback because the coverage is tight, so you have to get the ball there quickly. But when you're a guy like Chris Rowland, that ball is coming through offensive linemen, like there's defenders in your way, like there's a lot to see. That one glances right off the hands. Another stalled drive for Orlando.
7th pass breakup of the game for this DC defense, whose secondary has been up to the task today. High punt. Braylon Sanders fair catches it just in front of his own 15. Well, the UFL regular season concludes later on tonight. Louisville at Columbus. Over on Fox, 6 Eastern. Louisville can take the 3 seed with a win or a DC loss today.
Yeah, Jason Bean now with DC because Chandler Rogers, the quarterback for Louisville, played really well, and they handed the keys of the franchise over to him early in the season. And they have been one of the better teams the last 3 or 4 weeks. You know what this Defenders team might need to get a drive going? Some noise from the Beer Snake crowd, right? Get the wigs going down there.
I think Tom Luganbill is making his way over there at some point here in the second half.
He always does. Anytime there's a beer snake, you'll see Luke's there.
We just don't always show it on camera.
Exactly. I think Luke's deserves one, one of these times. Get involved there, Luke's. Help him out at some point.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to get into the lineup.
Well, they're evaluating your talent right now. Do you have a tape or anything of how quickly you can knock back some beers or anything?
Large sample size, but it's all on VHS.
Luke's, they need your help if they're going to reach the top of the stadium before the end of this game.
Yeah, it's like a baby snake.
They're pacing themselves for playoffs.
Look at the size of that thing in his hand. Bean with all day to throw here, and now just checks it down. Riley Moore, who's been out the last 3 weeks for personal reasons. The quote-unquote security blanket with his first catch.
Great decision there from Jason Bean. We've seen him force the football a couple times today. Nothing there.
F out.
Find your check down and move on.
51 Silver. Slants.
Are you surprised that we have not seen Spencer Sanders at all in this game?
Not really, actually. Last week, Shannon Harris wanted to give Sanders the entire game to work through the highs and lows. And I think they want to do the same thing with Jason Bean to really evaluate which guy it's going to be for playoffs.
Blitz comes off the edge, picked up underneath, caught, Powell, first down. Well, to your point, this offense was really humming in a lot of respects under Jordan Ta'amu. He goes down with a torn ACL 2 weeks ago. It has coincided with a 3-game losing streak, and this offense sputtering a little bit, not averaging the same scoring output that we saw through the first 7 weeks of the year.
Yeah, they haven't had the explosive plays since Jordan Ta'amu has been out.
Halliday stuck his foot in the ground, picked up 5.
But if they can run the football like they have today, 139 yards here as we approach the fourth quarter, they just need Spencer Sanders or Jason Bean, whoever it's going to be in the playoffs, to protect the football. Jason Bean hasn't done that today, but it is his first start, first playing time with a new team in a while.
Bean going to take off, showing the speed. Jason Bean still going. Bean inside the 20 and is taken down after a monster gain of 47.
And what did I say? Don't worry about trying to throw it when you get outside the pocket. Get your head down and use your speed. Love that Jason Bean did that there, and you're seeing the athleticism. You're seeing the reason that DC was excited about bringing him here. He has arm talent, although he's been inconsistent. The athleticism is a great separator for Jason Bean, and a massive play there.
Over 110 yards rushing today for Bean. Gives it to Valladay, who spins forward. Nearly 200 yards on the ground for DC, like they had last week against Orlando. Similar to last week, they've been unable to score touchdowns in the red zone.
Flex left, lady. Flex left,
Give him what he likes.
Lady, so that's another inside zone. Bean will have the option to read the defensive end, but Fred Kai is just trying to run the football down here in the red zone.
It's Valladay again. Cuts it up the middle. Valladay in for a touchdown. First of the game for DC. And here come the defenders.
Boy, what a drive for DC. Sparked by that long scramble from Jason Bean.
And Jordan, they're going to go for 2 to tie the game at 17.
Love that from the 2-yard line. The way they're running the football, I would hand it off. Deion Jackson back in the game after Valladay got him the touchdown. This offensive line has had their way so far with this Orlando front.
Jackson with a league record 7 rushing touchdowns this year. And timeout taken by Orlando.
Well, it was a great read by Valladay. You're going to see the defensive end jump outside, so that's an automatic handoff for Bean. Now watch the cutback from Valladay. That is an inside zone that you're supposed to press the front left guard and then find the cutback zone. Valladay does a great job there, getting it all the way backside. Running through a couple arm tackles there. There are 3 really talented running backs on DC. Deion Jackson, Abram Smith, Xavier Valladay. They can,
Jackson, both top 3 in the league in touchdowns.
The way they play defense, if they can run the football like this, anything can happen in the playoffs. And I don't care if it's against Orlando, St. Louis, whoever they face.
Two-point attempt here from Shannon Harris.
That'll get the beer snake going.
Especially if they punch it in here for 2. Jackson weaving in. Is it good? Yes! Tied at 17. Punctuating an 83-yard touchdown drive for DC.
Boy, watch this snap. I think this one was supposed to be direct snap to Jackson. Bean does a great job of catching it, handing it to Jackson there. I'm not so sure that wasn't supposed to go straight to 25.
Boy, it was. Remember, you heard Shannon Harris say he don't know this play. He doesn't know the play. Jason Bean has not been going with the ones. He didn't know the play. So the ball came his way. He picked it up and it's like, oh, it's not supposed to go to me. Let me get it to the guy it's supposed to go to.
Boy, nearly a disaster, but instead it's a tie ball game.
Hey, Tom Luganville, they were slow getting that beer snake going, but after that 83-yard touchdown, what say you?
Well, from the beginning of that drive, it's expanded about 8 feet. And I got to be honest with you guys, I was here for the birth of the original beer snake in 2020. Here in the snake den, and I think I've earned my right to contribute to the snake for the first time ever. We ready?
Let's go, Luke.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Come on, Luke. Get the people going. Tom Luganville. That is epic.
Go Dogs! Stick him!
I think it's safe to say Luke's is having a good work day.
Wow. Luke's, what'd you have there?
Well, it wasn't light.
Yeah, it looked heavy.
That could have been about a 7.0 ABV. Make sure I'm right for the fourth quarter.
That is unbelievable.
Luke's, we're getting a replay here. It looked to me,
started
and
slow.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it started slow. What was going through your mind as you got about halfway through this thing?
Well, I knew I had to start out. I mean, that's a big cup. It's a 22-ouncer, right? So I knew I was going to have some seepage on the left, some seepage on the right. But as long as the vast majority went down the right pipe, I knew I'd be in good shape, be able to finish it off. And you got to understand, I've been practicing this for 52 years. So, I mean, I didn't come unprepared, you know. And with these beers, these guys, you know, it was never going to be the first, but I knew it was going to be the next.
That is unbelievable.
Done.
Luke, are we going to get you back for the fourth quarter? Or are you staying up there? Like, what's the plan, man? You look like you're having a lot of fun.
It depends on who's buying, Sam.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't think he had it in him.
Me neither.
Really?
Well, the start was slow. I stand corrected. My friend, are a legend.
My feelings are injured.
Anything is possible on a Sunday in the UFL. DC calls the first timeout of the second half. We got a brand new game. There was not a whole lot of momentum in this building after a couple of missed field goals, 4 red zone drives, not resulting in touchdowns. 83-yard touchdown drive for DC to tie it at 17.
And Jason Bean started looking comfortable. The quick game throws were a little bit more accurate. He was quick to decide to use his legs and athleticism. Had the big long run. That is the formula that can be successful in a playoff run for DC if Jason Bean can channel that for the rest of this game and moving forward.
First and 10 for Jack Plummer. 10 for 21, 113 yards passing and a touchdown. Gives it to Corbin. And a good, strong run on first down to move the chains. Picks up 14.
Boy, That's what Orlando needs. They need this run game to take some pressure off their bread and butter, which is the pass game, which is Jack Plummer. But having balance is going to protect your quarterback. Having balance is going to allow you to close games out down the stretch.
Been one of the most productive running backs in the league over the last 2 years. Led the UFL in rushing last season with San Antonio. Top 3 again this year. Trying to help league-leading Orlando close out their final regular season game. Ahead of being the #1 seed in the postseason. We go to the 4th, tied at 17. There's some more juice in the building here at Audi Field. Tom Luginbill had a lot to do with that. Maybe the play of the game. Downing a 24-ouncer. Adding to the beer snake in D.C. Back in D.C., time now for our game flow brought to you by Progressive. The game started ominously for D.C.'s offense. 2 interceptions, including a 92-yard pick six for Mish Powell. But their defense has been physical, and their offense has responded in the second half, George.
A frustrating start for Jack Plummer, but he answered, finding Chris Rowland right down the middle of the field to extend the lead. And then it was D.C. and Jason Bean with the big run, set up the Xavier Valladay touchdown. The 2-point conversion was successful to tie the game. And all that on the back of Tom Luginbill down in a beer, adding to the beer snake. You better be careful, Tom. They might ask you back. If we get into the playoffs and they need something, you might get a phone call, my friend.
Well, I'm counting on it.
The championship game will be held here in D.C. Both of these teams have already locked up postseason bids on a completed pass to Cam Camper. Orlando has the 1 seed wrapped up. D.C. needs a win to have a chance at the 3 seed.
What do you like here? Down. I mean, I still like the stomp cross. Kid. Have think here, brother. And have Cap in there. Yeah. Stay down, Cam. What do you think?
Put
10 wigs. Let's go. 10 wigs. 10 wigs. 10 wigs. Gunned out left. Excuse me. Gunned out right. 62 F stomp Z cross. Gunned out right. 62 F stomp Z cross.
Colin Thompson calling the plays for Orlando. Fred Kais, the OC for DC. Big 3rd down and 3 here near midfield for the Storm.
Watch Chris Rowland in the slot. Man coverage.
Looking that way. Plummer under pressure. He was looking for Sam Wigless and overthrew it. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the punt unit will come out for Orlando.
He wanted Chris Rowland on a fade in the slot, but coverage was too good on the left side of your screen. So he comes back to his Z cross, which is Sam Wigless, because Cam Camper just went out with an injury. They would have loved to have Camper there. Wigless has to be there, but coverage and pressure didn't allow Jack Plummer enough time to put that one accurately over the middle of the field.
Also without KJ Hamler today, one of his top 3 targets. Jack Browning on the punt again. Sanders will fair catch it. This could be down inside the 5, and it's down inside the 2. Excellent special teams play by the punt unit. It was Cap downing it at the 1. Well, coming up next on ABC, an elimination game of the Women's College World Series. Defending champs Texas taking on Jordy Fromm, the player of the year in Nebraska. Then at 7 Eastern, it's UCLA and Texas Tech looking to keep their seasons alive in Oklahoma City. Jason Bean came alive on the last drive, led an 83-yard drive that resulted in a touchdown and a game-tying 2-point conversion. What did you see out of them that allowed him to get going?
Well, it was a great job by offensive coordinator Fred Kais managing what he's asking Jason Bean to do. He limited his options, limited some of the RPOs, so Bean could stop thinking so much and just play faster. And here again, he's going to have to be really smart, knowing the situation. If you are throwing the football, ball's going to come out quick. Can't buy time and get a penalty or a sack.
Gives it off to Abram Smith. Was met by Mauga. Maybe got one. First start of the year for Jason Bean with DC. Began the season with Louisville, played 3 games, had a big start against Orlando. Threw for over 350 yards against the Storm while with Louisville, trying to do it again now with DC in the regular season finale.
They're going to try to go hard count here, see if they can't get a cheap penalty.
Yep, did they? Yes, all signs pointing to Orlando despite their attempts.
Defense, number 97, 5-yard penalty, second out.
That was Isaiah Mack, and again, we've seen a couple of tough penalties for Anthony Beck's team, the least penalized team in the league coming into week 10.
Yeah, and that at least gives DC and Jason Bean a little breathing room if they do want to throw the football. And they're going to run it here. Heard that tag, QB fire. I think Bean will have an opportunity to keep this one.
Fakes it to Smith. Bean keeps, and he is swarmed at the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1.
But again, a tag there. So that tag told Bean to keep the football. Another opportunity where Kais tries to take the reading and the thinking off the plate for Jason Bean.
71 slants.
And this is an easy, quick game. He's going to have double slants on both sides. Pick your best leverage, pick your best matchup. Read it inside out, inside slant to outside slant.
4-man rush, Bean slant, almost picked off by Nate Brooks, who intercepted the first pass of the game from Bean. And the punt unit will come out for DC.
And it's the right read. It's just a better job defensively. Little contact there on Ty Scott. Throw wasn't bad, decision wasn't bad, just a better defensive play to be in that spot.
His 3rd pass breakup of the day. And now you would think great field position for DC. Dangerous return man. Chris Rowland is back deep. Punt is blocked in the end zone. Orlando special teams coming up with the play, and it's Cap again.
Jerome Cap is a special teams monster. He's a reserve receiver, a 5th or 6th receiver, but has a big role on special teams and does a great job here of taking this one off the foot. You never want to jump or dive high. You want to take it right off the foot. You see his hands, never got above his head. He reached out, took that off, and a great play. 2 points on the board for Orlando.
He was the one who downed the punt at the 1-yard line. Then he comes right back and blocks the ensuing punt. The UFL will continue after these messages and a word from our ABC. Welcome back to DC. Jerome Cap with 2 huge special teams plays for Orlando. The final one resulting in a safety and a 2-point lead for the Storm. And now they'll get the football back with a lead again here in DC. Returnable for Jashawn Corbin. Oh, great tackle after he crossed the 20-yard line. Brandon Smith was in there for DC. Well, the UFL has had great parity this year. In week 1 and in week 2, Birmingham was the favorite. Then Dallas in weeks 3 and 4 per the bettors. Then DC, as we talked about in the first half, league favorites weeks 5 through 9. They since have gone on a 3-game slide, and it's been St. Louis and Orlando, the betting favorites to win the league this year.
And 3 of the teams that will be in the playoffs all have had quarterback changes at some point throughout the season. Obviously, DC, the biggest headline with Jordan Ta'amu tearing his ACL. But St. Louis traded for Luis Perez, the Spring King. after seeing a little bit of Harrison Frost, and he's led them on this surge. They lost their last game heading into the playoffs. Obviously, Chandler Rogers for Louisville took over for Jason Bean, who's now with DC. We've had a lot of musical chairs at the quarterback position and a lot of intrigue still in this game and once the playoffs kick off next week.
Shannon Harris trying to get the crowd going, especially the defender faithful in the end zone where the bear snake continues to grow. 2nd down and 9 here for Jack Plummer. Hand off to Dotson. Maybe got a pair. So much parity in the league this year. Everybody's beating up on everybody. Orlando's 7 wins, the most in the league. They have locked up the 1 seed. But across the board, coaches and players alike, we heard it from Jordan Ta'amu, feel like the talent has never been better in this league. And now 3rd down and 8 for Plummer, the front runner for league MVP. Camper in motion, pressure from DC. Roberson hit him, but it's caught by Camper. Out across the 50. Camper's got a lane. There goes Camper into the end zone for a touchdown. 74 yards. Whoa.
I'm here with Camper. What you ain't said a lot, but hey, what's going on in your mind, man?
Thank God.
Hey,
he's tired, Arch. He's tired.
He scored. He ran straight to the sideline. Hadn't talked to anybody. Trying to catch his breath.
Also, a couple times that it looked like he was going to go down after a double-digit gain, sure, but 74 yards.
Well, it's
Jordan Rogers.
It's a long developing play. The route is going to be like this for Camper, but watch Roberson. They're going to chip him with the tight end, but it takes so long. Plummer does a great job of drifting in the pocket, buying some time because Roberson is a step, maybe a half a step away from a big sack fumble. Plummer drifted just enough to allow Camper to open up, and then Camper did the rest. And what a great story. Camper, he didn't even start or really play very much at the beginning of the season, has really come along the last couple games, had a big explosive play last week and a big catch and run, filling in for KJ Hamler, the injured number 3 receiver for Orlando. And now does he want to talk, Sam? He catches his breath?
Camper right now caught his breath. He said we got to sit down a little bit. But man, huge play. What's going through your mind right now?
A great play call, good protection. Ended up getting wide open. He beat a great block down the field, and God just making things happen for me. Week by week, he making things happen for me.
Your coaches have spoken the world of you. Coach Beck has talked about you. NFL teams have been calling. What has been happening week by week? What have you seen?
God working on me every week. Each and every week, he's giving me something in my heart to work on, and I'm just keeping my focus on him every week. He pulling me through.
What's the most recent thing that you've been working on?
Seeing defenses.
Thanks so much, Cam.
Thank you, Sam. And Jordan, you talked about it. One of the great stories in this league. Not a starter, first few weeks, has become one of the top 3 targets on the #1 team in the league. He's a guy that was not drafted out of Boise State, played in the college football playoff with Boise and Ashton Genty a couple of years ago. Spent some time in the preseason with Jacksonville, but now has taken advantage of this opportunity in this league and has shined. The ball might have come out there. Orlando's saying they have it, and that is the signal. Wow. Another special teams play by the Orlando Storm, and they have just won the football back.
And Darian Butler did a great job of punching this ball out. Number 10 right there. That is Peanut Tillman coming in. Textbook from Darian Butler, who was the Defensive Player of the Week last week against DC with 11 tackles, making a big special teams play. Valladay gets stood up, and you are taught as a defender, come in and go after the football. If he's wrapped up, try to punch out that ball, and now this is danger territory for DC. It is already a 9-point game. Now, you can score 9 points in one possession in the UFL. You can score a touchdown. You can go for 3. So technically still a one-score game. This DC defense needs to come up with a stop here to keep them in the game.
Rolling in motion underneath Dotson. Patiently running that for a gain of 1 or 2. Sam.
I'm here with Darian Butler. I see you celebrating the joy, the energy, the passion. How did you make that play?
Man, just trusting the scheme and the technique, man. Oh, I'm tired, bro.
Sit down if you want to.
Let's sit down, bro.
All right, let's sit down a little bit. All right, Darian, obviously there's been some heat on the sideline, right? There's fire, there's passion, there's energy. But what does this team need to do to finish this game out?
Compete, man. Just compete. Do our job. Don't try to do too much, man. Just do your job and compete. We're trying to win.
Thanks so much, Darian.
Forced the 3rd turnover of the game by DC. Curtis Jacobs with a tackle there.
I love it. We're just grabbing people right after big plays. They haven't even caught their breath yet.
It's called conditioning, right? You have to be mentally tough, physically tough. Vocationally tough as well.
Is Luke still upright, or is he still somewhere in the beer snake?
We haven't heard from Luke.
Listen,
we saw from Luke. So
I'm good, but Sam's getting all the action, and he's getting winded. I might have to come over to that sideline after a while.
That's the excuse, huh?
Exactly. We lost Luke.
3rd and 6. Plummer, great play. Smith from the linebacker spot, batting down what could have been a first down catch.
This is such a good play. Watch him drop out into coverage and then cut this throw off. Gets to his depth, finds the eyes of Plummer, then gets a hand up in the lane, because that is a really good anticipation throw to Camper from Plummer. And this is the stop, as I mentioned, that DC needed. Try to keep this thing close here in the 4th quarter with 8 minutes left.
Michael Lance on the kick. Has missed once from beyond 50, has made from 27, this from 49. And it is good to make this a 2-possession game. Orlando defense, special teams, carrying them right now in the final game of the regular season. Back in DC, Matt Schumacher, Jordan Rogers, Sam Acho, Tom Luganbill. 8 minutes to go, 2-possession game. What do you want to see from DC and Jason Bean?
Well, I want to see them continue to use his athleticism. I think DC has found their quarterback for the playoffs, but they need to continue to make him comfortable and find a way to get back in this game. It's not over yet.
I'm not so sure that DC's found their quarterback. Early on this game on the Orlando sideline, every time Jason Bean would throw, the defense would say, pick, that's a pick. So they've picked him off a couple times. There's a lot of energy on the Orlando sideline.
Yeah, Sam, I think that's the challenge for DC. If you're going to get back into this thing with the 8 minutes left, they're going to have to come up with explosive plays, but are there enough of them to come up with on the ground? I think it's going to have to happen through the air at some point. Jason Bean's going to have to come up with something with his arm.
Well, the run game has been huge again for DC today. Jason Bean, a big part of that. Over 100 yards rushing for the starting DC quarterback, making his first appearance for the defenders this year.
And that's why I say I think they found their quarterback, because I think that adds an element that is really difficult for defenses. Yes, it hasn't been perfect from Bean. The 2 interceptions, there's been mistakes, but he's got an element to his game that is dangerous that we've seen have some success today.
Good return by Ezekanma. Late flag comes in as he got out to the 30. This is what DC is playing for. If they win and Louisville loses tonight, DC would be the 3 seed. If DC loses, they would be the 4, and we would get this matchup between DC and Orlando a 3rd straight week in week 1 of the postseason.
Well, that's the thing. If that is the case, if DC doesn't win this or if Louisville wins, I think if you're Shannon Harris in this DC team, you still gain a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, just the turnovers are what have been the difference. They've been up and down the field on offense. The defense has played really well, minus 2 explosive plays. 2 times they got to tackle somebody. So I think DC, in a lot of ways, has gained some confidence. And this game's not over, so almost 8 minutes left.
Well, and Jordan, that's the thing. In professional football, the margin of error is so thin. So it's not like you have a massive talent gap. You can make mistakes and still survive it, right? So eliminate the self-inflicted wounds. You got yourself a good matchup.
Luke's, they have 12 turnovers in the last 4 games, including the 3 here today, and it's allowed Orlando to score 12 points in the last 3.5 minutes. That's why they lead by 2 possessions.
And it's not just the confidence, Jordan. That's a great point, but it's also the question marks it can provide for a defense. You don't know if it's going to be Jason Bean. You don't know if it's going to be E.J. Perry. You have no idea. So all next week, when whoever is going to play DC is preparing, they have to prepare for potentially 3 different quarterbacks.
Ready? Go. Bean play action, has time. Clean pocket. Down the middle, looking for Powell. And there was some contact there. Nate Brooks in coverage. No flags.
And that was an absolute dime from Jason Bean. That's been the question, right? Can he push the ball downfield accurately? That's what this offense has lacked without Jordan Ta'amu. That time on the money. Powell actually got too caught up trying to play hands with the defender and only got one hand on the football. It was a great throw. Should have been a big play.
Ta'amu, of course, tearing his ACL a couple of weeks ago, out for the season. And so now DC trying to figure out who their quarterback will be going into the postseason. Bean takes off and gave himself up short of the line to gain. And now decision time for Shannon Harris.
But that can't happen for Jason Bean. It's 3rd down. You don't slide on 3rd down. And this happened earlier in the season. One of the reasons he lost some confidence at Louisville, he slid on the 1-yard line on a 3rd down. 3rd down, you go get the 1st down any way you can. And I know you're going to take a hit, but as a quarterback, you have to be willing to do that. That should have been a 1st down. If he puts his shoulder down, falls forward for a yard.
Might be for the game here. 4th and 1. Handoff. Did he get enough? It's going to depend on the spot. Abram Smith got the carry, and they will move the chains.
You nailed it, Jordan. That's twice that has happened in a critical situation with Jason Bean, and it can't happen at any level of football.
You lose the trust and the confidence of guys around you. There's no better way to galvanize a team than put your body on the line. And that's something as a quarterback that you have to do. You got to be smart about it. But in a 4th quarter, when you need to pick up a 1st down on 3rd, you got to do it.
Play fake, pressure. Bean gets rid of it. Long throw broken up again by Nate Brooks. What a day Brooks has had. His 4th pass breakup to go along with a pick in the 1st quarter.
I actually like the decision. This is a really good job by Bean of buying some time. Payne came right up the middle through the A-gap, and Cornell Powell is a great jump ball guy, so I don't mind throwing in tight coverage to Powell as Bean took a hit from Payne there at the end. But I got to say, Nate Brooks is having a heck of a game. He had the interception early, but that's like his 3rd or 4th pass breakup, I feel like. His 4th.
That ball sailed on Bean, leads to an incomplete pass, and Brooks again. It's been a magnet for the ball.
I think that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
Brooks
would have been more accurate had that not happened.
And the energy on the sideline is amping up every single time Nate Brooks makes a play. He looks to the sideline. He's pointing down at the ground. He's celebrating with his teammates, so they feel it.
.440 to go. Time continuing to wind down. Not on DC's side. Down 2 possessions. Pressure flushes Bean, and he's short. Trying to dump it down to Valladay. Amani Bledsoe with the pressure. And now is DC going to punt here?
Get up. You're good.
Shannon Harris does send his punt unit out on 4th and 10.
That's an interesting decision with 4 minutes left. Look, the UFL has unique ways that you can go for it on a 4th and 12 instead of an onside kick. So there are ways to come back from even 2-score deficits, but I think you have to go for it there. I know it's 4th and 10. I know there are not many plays for that, but I don't know if I disagree. I do disagree with that decision there to punt the ball away.
Jordan, we saw the same thing yesterday in the Birmingham game with almost the exact same time left in the game.
Well, Tom, special teams have been the difference in this game. for Orlando. Jerome Kapp not only downed the ball on the one, blocked a punt. And then a little bit later, Orlando kickoff unit forces a fumble, wins it back. They go down and score on a huge touchdown, 74 yards by Cam Camper. They've scored 12 unanswered points. Anthony Beck told us coming into week 10, I am desperate to win a ring. He's been so close in his professional coaching career, coming up just short in St. Louis. Feels like he's got the team here in Orlando to do it this year. Corbin spins out of a tackle, now bounces it outside. What a run by Jashaun Corbin.
Did you hear that from Jack Plummer at the line of scrimmage?
That was awesome.
He looked out to his wide receiver because I think it was DeAndre Baker was kind of showing that he may blitz, and Plummer goes, hey, if he comes, I'll just throw it to you. I mean, everybody can hear that. The defense has ears too, but he's just like, hey, if they're going to blitz there, I'm going to throw it to you. I mean, he is in such command of this offense and has such great identification pre-snap. It's one of the reasons he hardly makes mistakes.
The other way, though. Let's go dual right.
16 touchdowns, 1 interception. And now if you're DC, are you even going to have enough time to score twice?
Well, to Jordan's point, that's why with that time left and you decide to punt right there, you're putting yourself in serious jeopardy, even with 2 timeouts.
Challenge flag is on the field here.
I need a little more information.
Shannon Harris thought there was holding on the offense.
Who's he challenging? What's the challenge? Yes.
Blocked by the wide receiver against DC defender number 2, who is the cornerback on the, it'd be the left side of the defense.
Oh, right there. I see it. I see it. Okay, I'm looking at the high right end zone here. Watch the grab the collar. He's going to grab the collar coming up and jerk him right there and actually to the ground, which does keep him from getting to the outside. Yeah, well, he's got him by the collar and he does jerk him, so it is a hold to bring him to his knees. So we're going to actually add holding on this play.
The challenge by DC is successful. Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Yeah, really good challenge there from Shannon Harris. They retain the timeout, so they still have 2. And I love the way that Mike works through that, right? It's not good enough just that there was a hold somewhere on the field. It has to have an impact on the play. And you see DeAndre Baker not able to get outside, either force that run to go wide or wider than it was, or make a tackle there. So great job in a rare moment of adding a penalty that wasn't initially flagged.
Hey, let's just finish the game, okay? Finish the game. Here we go. We're going dual right, okay? Same 15 wide counter, serve. I want it.
Jack Plummer and company trying to put this game on ice and send the #1 team in the UFL into the playoffs with a sterling 8-2 record. Flips it out, caught. Steven Stilianos with an excellent gain to make it 2nd and 5.
And a great read by Jack Plummer. Look, they want to put this game away on the ground, but DC knows that as well. And when everybody has attention on the running back, they call that Y surf. The Y, the tight end is just going to come across, surf across the line of scrimmage, find some open grass, and Plummer did a great job.
Jordan, I go back to that decision to punt. I know you're deep inside your own territory, 4th and 10, but it almost feels like you're throwing in the towel by doing that. Plummer pulls it out and slides down at his own 40. DC still does have 2 timeouts, but they're going to let this wind down to the 2-minute warning.
See, I would have used your timeout earlier. At least save maybe 10, 12 seconds.
Which in a 2-possession game matters.
Well, and now you've put Orlando in a position where if they want to, they can just hand it off right here, not worry about getting the first down, punt, and play field position.
12 unanswered points for Anthony Beck's Orlando Storm. Jack Plummer leading a touchdown drive, completing a 33-yard pass to Chris Rowland. And then excellent special teams by the Storm, up 29-17, trying to put the regular season finale on ice in D.C.
Closing up the book here with a sweat in this matchup between Orlando and DC. Of course, I had the under 46.5 pregame. Right now we're sitting at 46 points, so kind of want Orlando to get a first down here, kneel it out. We are sweating if we had that under like I did prior to the game.
How do they do it?
Big 3rd and 6.
How do they do it?
Tyler Fulgham and company.
It's always right on the number.
There's a reason Vegas is still in business, boys.
There is a secret sauce. Nobody will ever know all the ingredients.
So if you had the over, you desperately need a stop right here. If you got the under, like Tyler said, Orlando picks this up. They can start to milk that clock. Take it home with no more points.
3rd down and 6 for Jack Plummer. Rolling in motion. Fake it to him underneath. Corbin up the gut. Twist for a first down. And that will do it. Orlando did not have to play their starters in this game. Had the 1 seed locked up, guys. But Anthony Beck told us this game meant something to them.
Yeah, they wanted to finish the regular season the right way. Prove they can be a physical team. Prove that they can win a game in a multitude of different ways and keep the confidence over this DC team for a potential rematch. And what will be a rematch.
Down goes Plummer. Final 90 seconds, as Jordan just alluded to. DC's loss here will lock them into the 4 seed. And with Orlando being the 1, they will in fact meet for a 3rd consecutive week. And if you're Shannon Harris, trying to rally the troops after back-to-back losses to this team in pretty convincing fashion. How do you do it?
Well, I think you build on the positives that we saw with Jason Bean. Obviously, the athleticism. He ran for 115 yards. That's something that Orlando's going to have to get in the meeting rooms and really figure out how to slow him down. And if you focus on that, then downfield, some of those things open up. So a rematch,
Ball on the deck. DC says they have it. Hang on, Tyler Fulgham. Brandon Smith forced the fumble and recovered it if the play stands.
Brandon Smith has been all over the place. You see him right there, getting the right hand right on the ball. Actually just rips it straight out of Corbin's hands.
He just took it from him.
That ball never hit the ground. Look at this. Oh, what a play by Brandon Smith. But again, that's another reason, if you're Shannon Harris, be diligent with using your timeouts, either before the 2-minute warning, as I suggested, to save some time, but even after. You had 2 timeouts in your pocket. Now you let a minute plus roll off the clock because you thought it was over. Not over yet.
2 timeouts, 40 seconds to go. 2-possession game. Here's Bean. Empty set, dumps it down as Akanma, stopped by Mauga. Now you got to burn one of those timeouts. They have not yet. Lots of time coming off here. Almost zero urgency from DC.
Why are they not calling timeout?
I don't know. I think they're conceding, honestly. Because remember, in the UFL, you can, instead of an onside kick, you can keep the ball. It's not over, but
pass is caught by Briley Moore.
I think they're going to be content just going to next week.
Tell them, hurry up, clock it.
Clock it. 2 times.
Why clock it when you have 2 timeouts?
Well, this is a perplexing end to this game, and it goes all the way back to the decision to punt it, guys, on 4th and 10 in a 2-possession game with less than 4 minutes to go.
Hey, CP.
Yeah, let's go. Yes, it's all goes. It's all goes. Red.
I'm perplexed, Maddie. Either way, again, in Shannon Harris's mind, this doesn't change anything. Whether you score or don't score, doesn't change anything, but interesting clock mechanics leads into this one. We'll finally have a conclusion here.
Bean, end zone, caught, touchdown. Briley Moore. And now the thought of what could have been had they managed the clock better. They will go for 2, and unfortunately for Tyler Fulgham, they've hit the over in D.C.
What a backdoor beat on that under. Oh, man.
They won't go for 2 because the game is over. 0's on the clock. D.C. will lose by 6. And there are very few handshakes happening between these two, who will meet for a 3rd consecutive time in the postseason next week. What a wacky finish to this game, Jordan Rogers.
And we will see these two teams for another competitive matchup to start the playoffs next week, and it'll be an even better one.
A rivalry that we get one more time, and this time it'll be for a spot in the United Bowl. Thanks for watching the UFL on ABC. Let's send you out to OKC for the Women's College World Series.